Let's to bring in Steven Jackson, the co-host of All the Smoke podcast. We were just talking about a couple members of the media are saying that playing in New York, playing at the Garden, seeing these celebrities, that maybe it's too big for the Knicks. That they get somehow off their game when they play at home. You buy into that?
What's up, Dan? Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't buy into it. I will say that everybody's not built for those moments. I know a lot of guys I played with and played against that were great shooters that made shots first three quarters. Fourth quarter, big games in playoffs, they couldn't fall. I started some, Dan, that said, I make love to pressure. I love those moments. I love being in those big old crowds. So, but everybody can't do it, and sometimes people do get rattled.
How do you explain Halliburton?
IQ. I think his whole success is being a student of the game and understanding the game. To have 30 something points, 10 rebounds, and 15 assists with no turnovers for like the sixth time, that's all IQ. You have to be your brain and the way you think in the game is so ahead of the guys around you and the guys you're playing against that the plays you're making are just so ahead that's why he's not getting turnovers. So I just think his high IQ, and it's not surprising that his IQ is so high because my personal opinion, and I really stand on this, Pop is the greatest coach I played for, but the highest IQ and the smartest coach I played for is definitely Rick Carlisle. X's and O's is not even close.
Okay, but give us a for instance. Like, how do you come to that conclusion?
Perfect example. These days, as you know, the offense is created through a lot of handoffs, passes and screens, and normally it's the point guard to the guard. The point guard gets it back and gets a screen from the big man. Well, Rick put a wrinkle in the timeout in New York for game one. Halliburton brought it up full court, and instead of throwing it to the guard and getting the pick, he threw it to the big man. The guard picked, and he ran off, got a running start, and it was an easy layup for the big man. But that was just a wrinkle Rick put in at a timeout that the Knicks wasn't prepared for, and they got him an easy shot out of timeout.
Yeah, I've known Rick, gosh, probably 40 years when he was playing in college, and then of course, he was with the Celtics, and I know we don't like to say this. Somebody got out coached. Does it happen? How often does it happen at this level where somebody is getting out coached?
It happens a lot, but it really gets magnified in the postseason because each possession counts and each game it's about making adjustments. Um, I really seen it when we got into the brawl and I missed half the season and Ron missed the whole season. We came back and still made it to the second round. That was basically our Rick's coaching, having us prepared, knowing everything about the other team. And to get to the second round after everything we've been through that year, that's a big testament to how we was coached by Rick and Mike Brown.
How often do you get asked about the brawl with the
Probably
Pistons?
every 40 minutes.
Really?
Everywhere I go, the people bring it up.
What do they say?
Oh man, I loved you in the brawl, man. You did what you're supposed to do in the brawl. Yeah, but you don't know about the 3 million I lost and how the jacket I had on my back for the rest of my life. I hear it a lot, but it's some people are kind of disrespectful for it when they say it, and some people are very respectful. And I can notice the difference, but I've done so much more than that in my life. Yeah, I want to be known for being a loyal guy. I will always be that, but I didn't move on from it.
Steven Jackson, All the Smoke podcast. Uh, how often when Michael Jordan played pickup when you played for the Bobcats?
When I was there 2 years, he did it twice. He actually came out there and played one on one with some guys, but one day he really tore into my butt and got into practice, came to practice and wanted to make a statement to the team because we was kind of feeling ourselves. And he showed up in practice one day and destroyed us. And me and him kind of had a verbal back and forth because I'm a competitor, but it didn't go the way I wanted it to.
Okay. When did when did you know Mike was being serious that he was coming to play?
When he showed up with a practice uniform on, that's when I knew he was serious. He showed up with some Jordan shorts and he had the little the second team practice jersey on. That's when I knew it was a problem, and that's when I knew he was mad.
Did you think he would respect? Like, you don't want to talk to him.
Yeah, Mike's human to me though. Like, even though he's my idol and I idolize him, he's the best ever. If I get a chance to play against him and compete, I'm gonna compete against anybody. I ain't gonna even lie. If God challenged me to a one-on-one, I'm gonna try to beat him. That's just the way I play. I love the game. I play with passion. But
Are you talking
everybody.
about God Sham God? Is that who you're
No,
talking about?
I'm talking about the one and only God.
Oh, okay. All right. Because I might
If
be
he,
able to take God Sham God right now.
hey, I don't know. Sham God been working for the Mavericks. He's still in good shape.
Do you think Michael could have still played in the NBA when he was there challenging you guys in practice?
Uh, no. I think for half court and the way we were practicing, we stayed on half court. We went to like 8 points. It was better for him because he didn't have to get back up and down. I don't think he could, but that's Michael Jordan, man. Anything he put his mind to, he did.
OKC is a defensive team. We tend not to highlight this. We want excitement. We want scoring up and down. If OKC is going to win a title, they're probably going to win it thanks to defense and what Shea Gilgeous does. How would you describe OKC's approach?
Um, the only reason I have a championship right now, Dan, is because we had the number one defense in the league. Our defense win championships. I think the teams people underrate defense. Defense says a lot of things. When you have the number one defense, when you have the number one defense in the league, and also the best team in the league, that says that your whole team is playing balls out. Your whole team is competing to the ultimate level. Everybody's out there trying to stop their man. Everybody's competing. They're on a string in defense. When one man gets beat, the other guy knows where he has to be without even thinking about it. That's the teams that win championships. And this has been this team the last 2 years, one of the top defensive teams. I love it because scoring points these days in the NBA is easy because you have so many guys that in the league today that are role players. They only can do one or two things. I've never seen a time in the NBA where guys my size are strictly handoff and screen guys, can't even shoot. Like my size, when I was playing, we were playing point guard, two guard. So like the game has changed, so it's so easy. So when you see guys out there actually competing on defense, when guys don't in the league as much, because this is a softer era, I love OKC and the way they're approaching it. And the reason why I think they have that San Antonio type approach, it starts with Sam Presti. He put that team together. He started there, and now he was there when I was in San Antonio, soaking everything up. So I can see why they're having this success.
How often did Pop yell at you in San Antonio?
Probably every 10 minutes. I needed it though. I needed it.
I remember Brent Barry telling me that when all else failed, he knew he was going to get yelled at by Coach Pop.
Yeah, hey, you know what? A lot of it was warranted because, he was trying to make me a professional, but also make me a man. And I was coming out the games thinking, I'm not gonna play basketball. Why am I coming out? This is the NBA, bro. You have to rest. You have to come out. So it was a lot of things that I didn't understand as a young kid coming into the league. But Pop handled me right. Like a lot of times when I came out the game and I was screaming and cursing, he wouldn't come down there. He'll send Mike Brown. And Mike Brown just stand in front of me and let me curse him out and take it. I'll calm down. Then Papa put me back in the game later. But it worked. It worked a lot. But at the beginning, Dan, I was frustrated and cursing Papa out. Didn't understand what he was doing.
We've come up with the Hall of Very Good. Players that, like Joe Johnson's in the Hall of Very Good. Jamal Crawford, Hall of Very Good. Guys that probably aren't going to make the Hall of Fame. Do you
Right.
have any additions that you would like to add to the Hall of Very Good?
So let me ask you this. They say the Hall of Fame is your whole life of basketball, right? Not just your NBA career, right?
Yeah, college, international play.
Yeah, and if you win championships on every level, you should be, close to it. For me personally, on the highest level, I mean, I've won a championship on every level of basketball played, from high school, Big Three, NBA, overseas, you name it. But as a peer of a lot of these guys, I feel like Stephon Marbury should be a Hall of Famer. I feel
Mm.
like Jermaine O'Neal should be a Hall of Famer. I feel like Ron Artest should be a Hall of Famer. Like all these guys I'm saying, should be in already because of what they done in the game. You know, we all know Ron had trouble. We know he made some mistakes, but he was Defensive Player of the Year. And we all know, as peers, a clear mind, Ron could have been MVP and Defensive Player of the Year of multiple years. You know, he just dominated. So I look at guys like even, I wouldn't say he Hall of Fame, but he could have had a Hall of Fame career if he wouldn't have got hurt. Brandon Roy, somebody I speak highly of. So like I look at it different because my stats are better than Mo Cheeks. My career stats, he's in the Hall of Fame. So, I can compare my stats to some people in the Hall of Fame. And so if I can compare myself, then why a guy like Jermaine O'Neal, Rasheed Wallace, these type of guys, they should be shoo-ins because they were that dominant in the game.
Do you think you should be in the Hall of Fame?
No. No.
Okay. All right. I love the honest answer.
Yeah, no, I don't. I know I've had a better career and I've done better things in my life than some of the people in the Hall of Fame, as far as basketball wise. But me being in the Hall of Fame now, I know that brawl and some of the that notch and the stuff. Some of the stuff I've been into is a big knock, and they don't look at stuff like that. But to my peers, I hear from all my peers, I'm in the Real Brother Hall of Fame. I'll take that more.
Where is the Real Brother Hall of Fame? Where is that building?
So it's a group of brothers who all played in the NBA, who all got some type of ridiculed by the NBA or mistreated or misunderstood by the NBA, but guys that could actually play the game, that won in the game. I made a rookie All-Star. I would have made All-Star games if I didn't get into that trouble because I had great years, 6 years averaging 20 plus. So it's just a group of brothers that all was misunderstood, that actually played the game well. Some of us have championships, some of us don't, but we all appreciate the road that we took to get where we at, and all of us had a tough road to get there.
Latrell Sprewell is in that.
He's definitely in
club.
there. Allen Iverson is the leader.
Iverson he's the president?
And he's the president because 98% of the guys that's in that group, he showed all of us that we can be us without compromising who we are and still be successful. And it don't matter how you look, how you walk, how you talk, as long as you do your job. And Allen Iverson showed me that, and that was the main reason why I was able to be myself and not compromise nothing. Yeah, I made mistakes, but I owned up to all of them, and I'm still me today. Allen Iverson says, be yourself, because everybody else is already taken.
Good stuff, man. Congrats on the podcast.
Thank you very much. It's been a blessing, man. Shout out Matt Barnes, Brian Daly, Jelani McCoy, all my partners, man. It's just been a blessing, Dan. I can't tell you all this what happened. I just think, I would always say good things happen to good people. I've been a loyal guy my whole life to everybody. I played with a loving guy, done a lot for the communities and giving back. So I just think this is a way of God of blessing me and giving me another opportunity to do something great in my life.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It's Steven Jackson. The podcast, the award-winning podcast, is called All the Smoke. Was on there a couple of months ago, Matt Barnes and company. We'll take a break here. We'll get to some phone calls. Quinn Buckner, the Pacer announcer, will join us coming up top of the hour. We're back after this.